7 techniques male Sigmas demonstrate their greater brutality than other people. Have you ever pondered why certain guys manage to command respect and adoration from people around them while appearing to be loners? In the social order, my dear visitors are what we refer to as Sigma guys. Welcome to the enigma of Sigma guys. They're the ones that break the mold. The men who opt to conduct their lives independently of society norms are known as introverts. The folks who are silent observers hardly say anything, but when they do, it's with great authority. These are the thinkers. The planners. You may be familiar with the men who would rather work in the background than in the spotlight. You may already be aware of alpha and beta men. The more well-known masculine kinds, beta guys, on the other hand, are the followers. The trustworthy ones, the men who are happy with supporting positions and live on collaboration. The trustworthy ones, the men who are happy with supporting positions and live on collaboration. Alpha males are the leaders, the dominating figures, the ones who take control and are frequently the center of attention. However, Sigma guys are a whole different breed. They are the lone wolves and do not want to lead like alphas or conform like betas. The guys who choose solitude over social gatherings are the ones who pursue their own path and are content to be by themselves. People are frequently drawn to these men because of their enigmatic character, which also makes them ruthless in their own special way. Not violent or strong in the sense that they would rather live their life on their own terms. Unaffected by the opinions of others. Rather, they are fiercely independent, fiercely honest, and fiercely self-sufficient. What distinguishes the men who defy expectations and rewrite the rules from alphas and betas is what makes them so unique. Let's take a closer look at how Sigma guys exhibit their distinct brand of cruelty as we go deeper into their world. What is it about them that inspires respect and adoration despite their reclusive nature? The first way Sigma guys display their cruelty is by being silent. In the world of Sigma males, silence is a powerful force. It's not an empty space. Rather, it's a powerful weapon used with purpose and precision. It's a manifestation of their inner strength, a sign of their confidence, and an obvious demonstration of their inherent brutality in a society where noise is frequently associated with power. Male Sigmas are distinguished by their calm demeanor, their tendency to listen more than to speak, and their ability to utilize silence as a strategy to thoroughly consider their words before speaking. Silence does not imply disinterest or indifference. Rather, it speaks to discernment, the ability to know when to speak and when to remain silent. This reserved manner is sometimes misunderstood for weakness or apathy. However, this couldn't be further from the reality. Within the quietness of a Sigma man lurks a wellspring of immense power and fortitude. They resemble quiet waters that flow deep and conceal a lot of knowledge beneath their serene exterior. Sigma men have an advantage over others because they become keen observers and listeners, taking in information and comprehending the world in a way that others might miss. They are also experts at nonverbal communication, able to express their feelings and thoughts without saying a word. However, don't be misled. Their quiet is not a sign of passivity but rather a calculated decision to maintain control and keep their cards close to their chest. The world on their own terms in order to be both completely involved and detached. This allows them to make their presence known without using force or disturbance. Last but not least, it's critical to keep in mind that Sigma male silence is not a sign of weakness but rather a calculated tactic. Silence is not a sign of lack of communication. Rather, it's a reflection of their inner world, a testament to their confidence, a manifestation of their strength. It's a kind of violence that's nuanced but effective. For Sigma men, silence is a strategic instrument rather than an abs of words. Nonetheless, a tactical instrument. The second topic we cover is the non-competitive character of Sigma guys, which shockingly reveals their vicious side. You might be wondering how non-competition can be violent, so let's take a closer look. Although aggression and violence are sometimes linked, in the context of Sigma men, cruelty takes a different aspect. Power struggles and ego battles are not what Sigma males are interested in, nor are they drawn to traditional hierarchies of dominance. Instead, their strength comes from being able to carve out their own path, become independent, and not feel the need to compete with others. This is a different kind of brutality and strength. Distinct type of violence. Imagine there is a room full of alpha males who are all trying to take the top spot and demonstrate their dominance. Then, in walks a Sigma male who doesn't engage in power plays, doesn't look for validation, and doesn't base his confidence on where he stands in the social hierarchy. Instead, he just exists, unaffected by the competition around him. This might be cruel and threatening. Sigma men make their own rules. They don't care about winning or losing in the conventional sense. They define success according to their own standards. They don't need to beat others in order to feel successful. Instead, they pursue personal development and self-improvement. They are motivated by internal fulfillment rather than external validation. This may be viewed as a sort of cruelty in and of itself, since it is a harsh rejection of social standards and expectations. It's a violent assertion of individualism and a ruthless display of strength and confidence. It's a brutal dedication to personal progress and self-reliance. It's a brutal rejection of old power systems. This lack of competition, inherent capacity to make their own norms, and their disinclination to follow established dominance structures. This is the vicious side of Sigma men. It's not the violence or hostility, but rather the cruelty of independence, confidence, and self-determination. Instead of aiming for domination, Sigma men make their own norms about emotional control. Own guidelines. Another way Sigma males exhibit their brutality is through emotional control. This characteristic may come off as cold or cruel to people who don't get the idea. It's actually about maintaining a tight hold on one's emotions and resisting the need to let go of them. Obscure judgment or order behavior. Imagine a ship in a storm, and instead of panicking or allowing fear to take control, the captain, our Sigma male, navigates through the storm with a cool, collected demeanor. His emotional control serves as his compass, leading him through the storms of life. Like expert chess players, Sigma men recognize that emotions play a role in life. But they never allow them dictate their strategies. Instead, they remain several steps ahead of their opponents. They maintain a few steps ahead by thinking strategically and analytically rather than rashly. This emotional restraint does not, however, imply that they are emotionless. It takes time and effort to develop this kind of emotional discipline, but it's important to remember that emotional control is not the same as suppression. Sigma males are deeply sensitive, but they have a special way of handling their emotions. They internalize, analyze, and then react if necessary. They don't let emotions run away and ruin their lives. This emotional awareness and control may come off as violent emotional, since it might be frightening to others who function differently. Despite the fact that it may come across as brutal, emotional control also helps Sigma males maintain their independence. They do not let the emotional turmoil of others easily affect them. Instead, they maintain their composure, remain focused, and remain unfazed by it. This is a testament to their strength and resilience. In conclusion, emotional control is a valuable tool in the Sigma M's arsenal. It's a form of self-mastery that enables people to navigate life with a calm and steady hand. As we've seen, to those who don't understand it, this control can seem brutal, but remember that emotional control is not about suppression. It concerns comprehension and mastery. Self-sufficiency is yet another vicious characteristic of Sigma men. Male Sigmas are the acme of independence and dependability. They are captains of their own ships, masters of their own destiny, and they navigate the turbulent seas of life with an unwavering resolve and unyielding spirit. This fierce independence is not just a preference. Rather, it is a way of life, a philosophy deeply ingrained in the fabric of their being. You see, a Sigma male views relying on others as a vulnerability, in the armor of their self-contained existence. This harsh self-sufficiency is rooted in a deep-seated conviction in one's own talents. They trust themselves, believe in themselves, and know that they have what it takes to weather any storm. They would much prefer fight the storm alone than attach their ship to someone else's dark. They are unwaveringly self-reliant and steadfast, unaffected by the shifting tides of society norms or the erratic winds of other people's opinions. However, this intensity of independence is not the result of conceit or a sense of superiority, but rather a reflection of their understanding of their own strengths and weaknesses, and a testament to their ability to stand alone and be their own rock, cheerleader, and support system. They don't require other people's approval to see their value, and they don't require other people's assistance in a sea of dependency and need. They are an island of self-reliance and a stronghold of independence. They are self-made, self-sustaining, and self-fulfilled. One of the defining characteristics that sets Sigma males apart from other men is their brutal self-sufficiency. This trait should not be taken lightly, as it is an indication of their strength, a badge of their independence, and a symbol of their unwavering resolve. Keep this in mind the next time you encounter a Sigma male. Unyielding in their independence and relentless in their reliance on themselves, the only thing that Sigma guys require is themselves. Another aspect of the harshness of Sigma men in the context of personality archetypes is their unpredictable nature. The unpredictability of Sigma males is well known. This trait is not the result of a desire to be chaotic or disruptive, but rather of an assertion of their independence and individuality. Just when you think you have a Sigma male figured out, they'll surprise you by going down a less traveled path or even blazing a completely new one. This unpredictability often stems from their refusal to conform to societal norms or expectations. Unlike betas who feel comfortable in the crowd or alphas who may thrive in the spotlight, Sigmas prefer to dance to their own beat. They don't feel the need to adhere to unwritten rules or preset molds. When a Sigma male enters a room, you can almost feel the ripple effect of unease as people try to figure out what to think next. However, for a Sigma, this isn't about causing discomfort or asserting dominance. Rather, it's simply about being true to themselves. And for many, this unpredictability can be unsettling, even brutal. It throws others off balance, disrupting the status quo and challenging preconceived notions. Sigma guys have a reputation for making decisions that others may view as unusual or dangerous. For example, they may decide to launch their own company rather than advance in a corporate role or go on a solitary backpacking journey instead of a lavish vacation. Though their choices may appear random to outsiders, there is frequently a method to their madness. These selections are not chosen randomly. Rather, they are well-considered reflections of their distinct viewpoints and ideals. Last but not least, the unpredictable behavior of Sigma males is a reflection of their fierce independence and individuality. It's a form of brutality that challenges the norm and keeps others on their toes in the world of Sigma males. Their actions are guided by their own inner compass rather than by societal norms or peer pressure. The lone wolf, a fundamental characteristic of Sigma men, is their preference of isolation over the cacophony and chaos of social interactions. This isn't about being antisocial or reclusive. Like the lone wolf, Sigma males also thrive in solitude and find strength and comfort there. This prefigurement of solitude can be brutal in its intensity. Imagine the lone wolf prowling the wilderness, self-sufficient and fiercely independent. The wolf and the Sigma male do not require a pack to survive. Instead, it is about not needing others to define their worth or identity. The Sigma man is a creature of lone power who controls his own fate. A strong, resilient being in solitude, his harsh independence is a monument to his inner strength, fortitude, and unwavering will to be loyal to his nature. This lone wolf does not let the opinions of others or the mob validate his value. Instead, he determines his own path and determines his own worth. Persona can be frightening, even intimidating, to some. It's a harsh fact that not everyone can handle the Sigma male's solitary existence. Rather, it's a sign of his brutal strength and unwavering resolve. He is a lone wolf because he chooses to be one, not because he has to be. However, the Sigma male may walk alone. He never really is alone since he always has a universe of ideas, thoughts, and aspirations inside of him. His solitude is not a prison but a haven where he finds strength, serenity, and a fierce will to be loyal to who he is. This vicious quality gives Sigma guys their lone wolf character. Sigma men are the lone wolves of society. It's not about being alone. It's about being enough. It's about finding strength in solitude. It's about controlling one's own destiny. It's about being passionately and ruthlessly independent. How viciously independent and fierce are Sigma? The brutality of Sigma men in summary. Actually, as we've explored the mysterious realm of Sigma men, we've discovered 7 distinctive characteristics that frequently contribute to their image as being more vicious than others. Even if these characteristics seem severe, they are only manifestations of their distinct personality type. Let's review what we have learned so far. First, we explored the idea of cruelty through silence. The Sigma male's tendency for calm meditation frequently gives off an aura of intensity. This isn't an attempt at dominance or intimidation, but rather a reflection of their ingrained love for deliberation and solitude. Next, we discussed the non-competitive attitude of Sigma men, which many may see as a sign of violence or a disregard for social norms and expectations. In actuality, it's an indication of their confidence. Because they are at ease in their own skin, Sigma guys don't need to compete, and that is a strength rather than a drawback. Next, we looked at the Sigma male's emotional control, which is sometimes confused with emotional abuse but is actually just an example of their self-control. Though this may appear harsh to some, Sigma males have a strong capacity to control their emotions, which is a tribute to their mental toughness and perseverance. Then, we talked about the self-sufficiency of the Sigma man. While this quality is occasionally misinterpreted as a harsh rejection of help or friendship, it truly reflects their independence and ingenuity. Our voyage brought us to the following characteristic: Sigma guys' unpredictable nature. Although this quality is sometimes perceived as cruel, it actually reflects their free spirit. Sigma males are capable, self-assured, and willing to take issues into their own hands. Because Sigma guys are nonconformists who dance to the beat of their own drum, their unpredictable behavior is only an expression of their uniqueness. Next, we explored Sigma male's lone wolf persona. Although this trait is sometimes seen as a harsh kind of isolation, it also serves as a monument to their independence and inner strength. Male Sigmas appreciate alone and use it as a tool to contemplate and refuel. They don't run from it. Let's finally review the characteristics of Sigma masculinity. These traits, while they may appear brutal to some, are actually reflections of the Sigma male's distinct personality type. They are expressions of their independence, resilience, self-assuredness, and individuality. Therefore, when you encounter a Sigma male, don't mistake their quiet confidence for brutality. Instead, recognize it as a reflection of their strength and individuality. In conclusion, keep in mind that appreciating and comprehending these qualities might result in improved relationships with Sigma men. The cruelty exhibited by Sigma males is not a result of their desire to control or injure others. Rather, it stems from their distinct personalities and their reluctance to adhere to social norms. It's a powerful indication of their persistence and a monument to their uniqueness. Understanding Sigma guys is the first step to recognizing their distinct power and personality. They are not vicious for the purpose of being nasty. See you in next video. Thank you.